Okay, so I wanted to show you a few tricks about how to draw the toilet paper rolls. So what's going to be best for you is I want you to get away from the technology if possible and to go grab yourself a roll of toilet paper. If you don't have a roll of toilet paper, like you're running out, if you have paper towels, that will work. Worst case scenario is you could use the photographs that I have taken for you and use those. So it's a little bit strange at this angle, but I did want to make sure that you could see what I was doing and not have my hands in the way, like in some of the other videos. So you're gonna set your toilet paper in front of you so that it's not on your sketchbook, but it's kind of like in front of where you're working. And you want to draw it from a bunch of different angles. So don't draw at the same time or the same way in all four quadrants in your sketchbook. Each of them should look completely different. So I'm going to go ahead and draw mine this one time, and I'm going to draw it basically looking like this. So I'm going to have to set it down in order to do this because of course where I'm looking at it, I don't see it at this angle, but I just want to keep in mind that this is the angle in which I'm doing it. So I'm going to draw, right? And I'm going to start really nice and light. I see quite a bit of the top of the toilet paper roll. So I'm going in there nice and light there. And then I'm looking at the proportion of how small the opening is. And it's kind of tiny. So I want to make sure that I draw it proportional. I think I drew it too big. And I think I also drew it too elliptical. So it's a little bit more rounded. So I do that kind of dark. I used a light touch, but right? So draw that in. And then I want to look at the angles. And so it's going straight down from the widest point here, goes straight down. And I want to compare the width to the height. And for me, my toilet paper roll is pretty much, it's like an extra thick roll. So it's pretty much just as wide as it is tall. Now, the key with the toilet paper rolls is trying to match this angle here. So I'm going to darken this for you. Let's make sure that we kind of go back in, and since we have many lines, we'll kind of go in and define the correct line so that we see what we're going to mimic. And I want whatever this curve is here to be exactly the same. So if this angle's down here, I want it to be angled down like that. If I have it up here, this curve has to angle the same way here. And then kind of go in and try to copy this curve and this curve the best you can. Now it looks a little weird to me. I feel like I drew it too tall. Right, so for where it is here, I think I drew it too tall. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is to fix it. So instead of being satisfied, right, I'm going to go in and fix it. And for these, I'll even let you take a little bit of time to kind of clean up and erase here, because I want you to get in the habit of fixing your mistakes. Right? And then I'm going to kind of go in there, just clean up as I see fit. And then here I've got the paper roll kind of coming out here. So there's the part where the paper is coming off the roll. And then when I'm looking at this part here, just trying to make sure I get this circle, or this ellipse, I should say, the right direction, right? And I even have a little bit of paper kind of coming off there. And if you wanted to take a little bit of time, kind of put in maybe really lightly some of the concentric rings of it, you could even kind of add that in, but it's still sketchy, so that's okay. Right, same thing on my other one. So we're gonna try it again in two other angles. So, you know, you could try something like this. You could try something where it's angling back into space like this. Try to make the circle look different. Don't just do a flat side, right, where it's just a circle, right? That's kind of boring. But, you know, really experiment with different angles. So once again, remember the keys are to measure, right? So compare your height to your width, and then to really focus on trying to make these angles, these curves, I should say, exactly the same. So, and then these angles exactly the same, right? That's going to really make it look 3D for you.